welcome back. Today we're going to talk about my book buying habit. This is a whole stack of books that I have acquired in June and July, and we're going to talk about them. Some of them I've already read, but most of them I haven't. These are not really in any particular order. I'm just going to grab them and we're going to talk about them. First book we have is Two Sides to Every Murder by Danielle Valentine. I got this with a gift card at Target because I'm reading this for Gwen's Patreon for the Night Owl Book Club. And this is a YA thriller, and it's about a summer camp, and that's pretty much all I know. Next we have Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins, and I got this for $1 at my library used book sale. And I'm pretty sure this is a hard-hitting romance about a couple who, I think the wife has cancer, yes. After she passes away, he starts getting letters from her. Next we have Veil of Doubt by Sharon Virts, and this actually was sent to me by the publisher. So thank you, Girl Friday Books. This is an indie published book, and this is set in Reconstruction era Virginia, and it says, when a mother is charged with murder in a town already convinced of her guilt, can defense attorney Powell Harrison find truth and justice in the legal system where innocence is not presumed? So I'm super excited to try out an indie published book about my hometown. Next we have one that I picked up at a little free library, and it's Caesar's Way by Caesar Milan, and my parents really enjoy Caesar's shows. He's like the dog whisperer, and he has a couple of shows about dog training. So I thought I would pick this up for my dad, and I think I might try it too. Two more that were sent to me by the publisher, the first being The Collected Regrets of Clover by Nikki Brammer, and this was sent to me when they released the paperback edition. But this was a book of the month pick, I believe, last year. All I know is it's about a death doula, and I'm a little bit wary of it because I've read a book about a death doula before by Jodi Picoult, and I didn't really like it, but I don't think it was because of the death doula part. I think it was other things about that book that I didn't like. So I'm willing to give it a try, especially since I know Gwen really enjoyed this one. And then the other book that was sent to me was The Book of Mothers by Carrie Mullins. So thank you to St. Martin's Press for sending this one to me. But this is a nonfiction book, and it says how literature can help us reinvent modern motherhood. And it pulls from things like Pride and Prejudice, Little Women, Great Gatsby. So I think it should be interesting to see what we can learn about motherhood from literature. Next we have The Medicine Woman of Galveston, and I got this at Barnes & Noble. And I've read a book by Amanda Skenendorf before. I read The Nurse's Secret and I enjoyed it, so I thought maybe I would enjoy this one as well. It reminds me of the show Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, and I absolutely love that show, so I'm hoping this gives me similar vibes to it. Galveston, Texas, a setting where a woman doctor who has taken refuge in a traveling medicine show battles to survive and to save others during the Great Hurricane of 1900, the nation's worst natural disaster to date. Next we have 27 Minutes by Ashley Tate. I also got this at Barnes & Noble, and since then I have seen really terrible reviews on it, but this is about a murder that took place in a small town, and the reason it's called 27 Minutes is that there's a 27-minute gap between when this woman was murdered and when her little brother called the police. We have The Hidden Life of Cecily Larson. I had never heard of this, but I was in Denver at the Tattered Cover bookstore and I saw this on the new releases shelf. From reading the description, it has Water for Elephants vibes, and I absolutely love that book, so I'm hoping this gives me similar feelings. It sounds like an orphan was sold to the circus and grew up in the circus in the 1920s, and then now as an adult she's doing a DNA test to find her family and to find an old lover from when she lived with the circus. And I always enjoy circus historical fiction. They're very macabre and, I don't know, eerie. I just really enjoy them. Next we have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I do have a signed copy. I got this signed personally to me when I went to his book event, so that was really fun. I have a mini vlog for that, so I can link it. Suburban mystery thriller, new Riley Sager release, enough said. Next we have Night Watching by Tracy Sierra. I've heard this is a slow burn psychological mystery about a woman who's in a house alone with her kids and she realizes there's somebody trying to break in. And I got this at a used bookstore in Colorado Springs when I was there with my family, so that was kind of fun. And this is a really great condition, so hopefully I like it. I've seen a few reviews on Goodreads of people that I know who have similar tastes to me, and they liked it, so we'll see. Next we have One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware, and this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I don't know what makes it exclusive, but I love Ruth Ware. I read everything that she comes out with, and this is a competition game show, I think, type thriller, and then I think they're on an island filming this TV show, and they get stranded, maybe? I don't know. And then last but not least, we have House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen, and this was the Book of the Month pick in July. I loved Sarah Pekkanen's thriller from last summer, so I'm hoping this one is just as good. But this is set in the DMV, a nanny thriller, creepy kid, a lot of secrets, psychiatrists involved, there's lawyers involved. It seems to be a pretty Lena book. And those are all the books that I have acquired in the past month and a half or so into my life, which means I need to get reading on them so that they don't just sit on my shelf for the next 3 years. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what did you think of them. Please hit that subscribe button, it really helps out my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!